Hello? Is this thing on? Oh. Hi friends, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. Friday. Am I right? Milky, hi. Nah, I'm muted. Okay, goodbye. Just me, myself, and I. Hello, hello. Hi, Milky. Hi, anyone who's lurking. Hello, friends. These are not my hands. I know, shocking. You've been bamboozled. They're slightly bigger than my hands, but then again, I have tiny hands. Like, what am I gonna do? Tricked, teehee, hoodwinked. Yes, indeed. So these... the first set got lost in the mail. So that's grand. But... this is what I was waiting for. These mannequin hands. Just so I can put these gloves on there. And put these claws on. Without having to do that while I'm wearing them. Because that would be impractical, but also dangerous. Because I plan on using hot glue. And I kind of want to put them on here. So I can still use the gloves as normal. It's like this is the soft part, the where your fingerprint is. So I'll put it roughly here. So it'll look like a talon, but I can still use the hands, you know? But what I need to do for that... oh god, those are so long. But yeah, I mean... yeah... I guess. They're really fucking long, but it doesn't matter. I need to make some sort of base for them, and I was thinking of using just some foam. 2mm EVA foam. Just to make a small base for it with some hot glue. And I saw hoodwinked and my brain went, yes, that is exactly the material you'll be using. So things are going well today. My brain is a little bit frazzled. We got the corn sweats here, which I didn't really know existed until the first year we had corn in the fields around our house. It gets really fucking humid. My hair is frizzy as fuck. It's muggy. It's... ugh. I'm struggling to regulate my temperature. I'm struggling to breathe, you know. The usual. Not pleasant. But oh well. But yeah, corn sweat. No, corn, not sweat. Corn regulates their own, like, its own humidity, its own moisture levels by... yeah, essentially sweating, a plant equivalent of sweating, so secreting that moisture in near gaseous form. Just, yeah. So, yeah, that's what's happening. It's really fucking humid. But we persevere. I really need to spend some time later today to find a mechanic, because, oh boy. So like on Thursday, my dad comes over, right? Papa Short Stuff comes over, and we do stuff and things around the house. In the garden, bits and pieces. He helps me. Because of my disability, it's really hard for me to keep up with all that stuff and do things. And whenever he comes around, it's also easier for me to start things and do things. Because like the ADHD makes it really hard to start on things. And on Wednesday, suddenly, Kieran let me know that, hey, he was doing laundry, but he would be taking the laundry from the machine because there was a current running through the drum. Like, he got... he's fine, but he did get, like, a zap from the washing machine. I was like, okay, that's odd. That's definitely not supposed to happen. That is bad. So we checked all the circuits and everything. And then when we turned the electricity back on, yep, no, definitely still a current running through the machine. So I said that to my dad, because he's super handy, right? That's why Dad helps me around the house, and that's when, like, from my dad, I learned all the things I know about DIY and crafting and making things and such, right? But yeah, no, it's just a bit bad. And there's it looks like a screwdriver, but it has a clear handle, and it has like a brass button on the top that you hold on something where you want to measure if there's a current running through, and you push down and then the light starts burning, right? So the outside of the machine is fine, but we put that inside the drum, and my dad like pushed down and the thing lit up bright fucking orange. So yeah, there's definitely a current running through the drum. Yeah, now what? Yep, that's bad. So I need to find a mechanic. I need to call a mechanic for the washing machine, and Dad's like, you know, in the meantime, if you need to wash, just bring it over. It is a bit of a drive, but at least it's better than not doing laundry. But I just haven't had the brain, and Dad went into fixing mode, seeing if it was maybe, because the electricity in this house is fucked. We knew that. Not when we bought it, but shortly after that became evident. And there was nothing we could do. We couldn't sue the previous owners because, you know, this house is old and some of these defects are to be expected. And then we opened a small, in the laundry room where the washing machine and dryer are. There's one of those boxes on the wall. It's not a circuit breaker, it's not a circuit box, but just a box that has electricity and splits wires and stuff coming through. So we opened that up. My dad opened it up out of curiosity, just to see where the wires come from, where they go, how they're divided. Now, first of all, the colors don't make sense, but we knew that. They just used whatever electrical wire they had, not maintaining safety regulations. And yeah, sure, the color coding has changed over the decades, so it's to be expected that you have different colors in different spaces, but this was definitely very clearly DIY, and the colors don't make sense. So that was red flag number one. And then we looked a bit deeper at the cables coming out of the wall, and they're fucking fabric. They're fucking 1950s electrical wiring with a fabric cover around it. Yeah, definitely not a fire hazard. And we tried tracking, like figuring out where those go, but like on the other side of the wall, it's not like the wires come out of that wall. They just go into the wall, and then we don't know where they go, because they're not on the other side of the wall. So we can't just take it all out and pull new wires properly, because we don't know where these wires go. We don't know, like, I knew, welcome on in. You want to point out there's an insanely strong resistance in those screwdrivers because you're directing that current through your body to ground. Yeah. Bright fucking orange, nuke. It's fine. And initially it didn't work because I wear these sandals around the house that are rubber, so that when they get dirty I can just chuck them in the bathtub. You know, I can wear them at the swimming pool, etc. But they're made of rubber. So I didn't initially get the shocks. Because, yeah, I'm not grounded, right? So it initially didn't light up until Kieran took off his shoes and stepped with his socks on the floor and then held the thing down, and then I just, yeah, it was evident. But yeah, you're right, there's a, yeah, and then we have two different fuse boxes. One is a modern one with switches, and the second one that has fewer fuses is the old-fashioned screw-in ceramic fuses. And this is one of the many, many reasons why Sen and I wanted to do, and still want to do, renovations on this house when we first moved in. But then the pandemic hit, we both got sick. And now, we are both on disability funding, which means that we cannot get the funding that we need to cover these renovations at the moment. We're working really hard towards it for me to get that permanent disability status and for Sen to get back to work. But it's rough. Getting a job in these times is fucking rough. And I don't have the required medical diagnosis yet to get that permanent disability status, but like it's clear that I cannot and probably will never be able to have a job again. Which is really fucking rough when you're in your early 30s. But that's something I've slowly coming to accept, you know? But yeah, no, that's why we haven't done the renovations, and that's why this is going on. But yeah, I need to find a mechanic that will at least look at the washing machine, because even if the electricity is fucked in the house, it's not supposed to have a current through the drum. It's supposed to have a double grounding inside the machine to prevent this. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. You know, something I really didn't need. I really didn't need. Mentally. So the horrors persist, but so do I. Hanging on by a thread, but I will persevere. But shit's fucked, yo. Shit is fucked. So yeah, how are you all doing? What are your plans for the weekend? Tell me all about it. While I try to figure out how to make a base for these talons. Let's see, is this big enough? Yeah, it shouldn't be much bigger than this for my pinky, at least. Otherwise it's gonna look weird. It's your sister's birthday tomorrow! You're going bowling. Hell yeah, I've not been bowling in a long while. Fun times. Also, I saw the banner your friends made, Milky, that you posted in the Discord, and I gotta say, hell fucking yeah. Hell yeah. Very nice. You know what I'm gonna do? I probably have hole punches that fit. That's too small. I'm gonna need the biggest one. Make that work. Yeah. Probably have to sharpen it too. No, I almost put the claw inside the thing. This is fine, Chad. I'm doing fine. Yeah, nice, nice, nice. But yeah, this is my hole punch sharpener. So you can see it's like glittery. It has that diamond coating, and on the inside as well, so that you can sharpen it. I'm trying to hold it away from the microphone because it's not a pleasant sound. I just put this away, but then I'm gonna need this again, and that's the wrong hammer. This one. Yeah. Yeah, definitely need to sharpen it a bit more because that's not working. But this should be enough of a base. We'll find out together. I might need it a tiny bit wider, but I don't have any wider hole punches. So I have to figure something out. At least let me continue sharpening this one. I'm probably too impatient for this. Okay, I'll make 5 for now, and then I'll grab my hot glue gun. Thankfully, it doesn't have to be perfect. It is annoying that it doesn't work. Alright, taking out the small one for precision gluing. Oh yeah, these are just these are just mannequin hands. Can't show you fully, but yeah, it got veins. It's weird. But it's just to hold the gloves stretched out while I work on them. Alright, while I wait for this to heat up. I'm excited for tomorrow though. I'm getting some friends over and we continue our little story of perils and princesses, I believe the system is called. It should be good. I don't remember the name of my character now because like with this group, I love them dearly, but we see each other like 5 times a year maybe. So we decided that instead of doing a whole Pathfinder campaign or D&D or whatever, like instead of a whole big campaign, we just do several different one-shots. And are you gonna play as a peril or a princess? Why not both? I can be a perilous princess. Watch me. Not to be confused with a passenger princess or a pillow princess. And there's nothing wrong with either of those either. They're just distinctly different. But yeah, no, we decided instead of playing a big campaign, all of us have ADHD. Like, before we even start the fucking game, we're several hours in. And then we play maybe 2 hours of the actual game, and then we're burned out socially. And then 2-3 months later, we plan another. And they're like, what the fuck did we do again last time? And no one remembers, so we just decided that, you know what, we're just gonna play one-shots, and we're gonna try different systems, right? So that's Perils and Princesses, but I also got the Goose RPG, Foul Play, I believe, yeah. So I think we're gonna do that next. And it sounds like good fun. There's another Goose RPG that I want to, or TTRPG that I want to try, but we're gonna try Foul Play, at some point. So yeah, that's fun, and it works so much better. It works so much better for me and my brain trying to figure out what the fuck happened again last time, you know? Even sci-fi horror system Mothership is pretty good. Very aliens like. Ooh, I'm not sure. I think 2 players are not into that. I would be okay with giving it a go. As much as it gave me nightmares, I did enjoy playing Call of Cthulhu. We had a really good GM that was very like lively telling of the story and the details and things. It was really good. For them to play it, no! I will not give my friends nightmares. But yeah, when we're looking into silly things, like I said, Perils and Princess, look it up. The system is fantastic. And it's great for just a one shot because every single thing can be determined by a roll of the dice. If you don't want to choose, you roll dice. It's great. It's how I got my name, and that's why I can't remember it. But you get in Perils and Princesses, you get like a fairy godmother type thing. And a special set of powers that go with it, and yeah, it's all just chill, it's all just casual and relaxed, and I really enjoy that. So that's Perils and Princesses. I feel like Foul Play is going to be in the same vein, silly, relaxed, you know, a good time. So that's the kind of TTRPGs I'm looking for, friends. If you have any recommendations in that vein, hell yeah, hit me up. If you're in the Discord, there's a TTRPG channel that you can throw it in. That would be grand. Oh, silly ideas. Fiasco is also quite fun too. Very improv. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Alright. How the fuck am I gonna do this? I'll start with the left hand because I'm right-handed, so I'll probably in cosplay use my right hand most to like hold props and things, especially when I take pictures with it. So I'll start with the left ring fingers to see if this works. I pray it works because otherwise I need to see if they still sell these tights.
Now I'm in trouble.
So yeah, I'm anxious. We'll need to do a little bit of painting here. You see that? That's where the tights have the... It's not a seam, but it doesn't have the full design on it. You can see it runs down here. So I'll need to add a bit of paint to that just to blend that in a little bit. And that's on both hands. And should I start with the left pinky? Why not? Okay, so what I'll do is I'll cut a small incision and hope it doesn't unravel the entire thing. Am I mildly terrified? Yes, absolutely. How'd you guess? Can't even see it because the hand underneath is also black, but there's a hole there. I think our DM has several other ideas, also some DM-less systems, which intrigue me. Hi Kay, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Yes, Birdstream, let's go! Adding the talons to my gloves. I'm using mannequin hands that I got to, you know, keep the gloves stretched out so I don't have to use hot glue on my own hands. But they're a smidge bigger. Just a smidge bigger than my own hands. But this way I don't have to put hot glue on my own hands. Which is, you know, preferable. Okay, if I put this in like that. Oh, this is gonna be tricky. Ooh. Okay. I'm really scared this will, because these are just tights, right? These are just tights that I bought. You have some more light. And I'm really scared that I'm just gonna unravel the whole thing and that they don't sell them anymore. You know, the usual craft panic, and the people that create things will know the feeling. Just like a lunch break, it's better to do some sewing and ooh, nice. What are you sewing? What are you working on? Just something for yourself, or maybe another costume, or maybe an addition for the costume you have, because that mask still very impressive, really cool. I would love to make a Plague Doctor mask at some point, but I would want to make it out of leather, and leather is expensive. You know, such as things. Stuff and things. Oh, by the way, I forgot. Let me do that right now. I just glanced over at my screen and I saw the exclamation mark goal. Friends, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my wonderful partner, Kieran, who is visually impaired. He has a disability. And last year he had to make the really rough decision to stop using his PC. We tried different OSs, we tried different things, we tried cross-platform, but sadly it didn't work. It didn't work for Kieran, or games that were available cross-platform were like 10 times as expensive as they are on Steam, or wouldn't go on sale because, you know, looking at you, Nintendo, or would require like Xbox Live connection, which sure we could, but then the cross-platform just it's not ideal. And he has such a great Steam base, basically. There's he has so many games that he can now no longer play because of his disability. If you look at the my Ko-fi, there is a little blog post made by him where he explains everything basically better than I ever could, because it's his story. Oh yeah. Set that on a timer because I forgot. There we go. Thank you for your patience, friends, while I quickly do some tag faff. Say again. Sewing some scraps of leftover fake fur into ripped trousers for a laugh. You know what? That sounds great. Yeah, I'd love to see what the result is. Oh, that reminds me, I need to take my cape upstairs, or at least put it on the dining table, spread out, take about 10 centimeters off the trim because it's too long. Probably more than that, but at least 10, and then sew the fake fur trim on there, which is also going to be 5 centimeters. So yeah, I need to calculate that and do that, but it's quickly replying to Kieran and Sen, who are doing groceries, and like, do your meds still need picking up? And I was like, fuck, I forgot my meds. So yeah, this is your reminder, friends. If you're not taking your meds today, but you still can, then please do. And check your inventory, because I almost ran out and then I ordered new and then they're still at the pharmacy because I forgot to pick them up. You know, it's fun to live with that ADHD. So where's the fake fur going? Okay, if you wanna, because I'm intrigued. Is it like fluffy knee patches or is it? Oh, I just had the worst idea because my jeans, when they rip, it is because of the thick thighs, you know, on the inside of my thighs. And if, imagine if you're sewing some fake fur into there, that'll, you know, it'll be a conversation starter. It will definitely be a conversation starter. How am I gonna do this? Come on, there we go. Because I definitely don't want to glue this to the mannequin, but I just want to glue. Yeah. Currently had some rips in the knees, might add some at the thighs too. Forgot to shave the legs. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. Sorry, it's that time of the month. I'm a werewolf. You know? Okay, well the good news is it does hold. It just looks a little bit clunky, but it holds. Now the clunkiness are details. I can work that out. Okay, let's see. I'll wait for it to be fully dry. It has slightly attached to the to the mannequin, but that's okay. There we go. But yeah, I think my fellow crafters can always relate to the panic of, oh, what if this doesn't work the way I want it to? But so yeah, there is glue residue, as you can see. But it holds. It's a bit clunky, but we'll see. But it's the pinky, right? It's so... My pinky is so damn tiny, look. These are 1 centimeter squares, okay? This is my pinky. This is all there is. A good reason not to start in the first place, you say? What? No! No! Get those creative juices flowing. Do it. You can only learn by doing. But yeah, this is going to look massive. 4 centimeter-ish, yeah. Roughly. 5 if I actually lay it flat, but yeah. But it's about 1 centimeter wide. Let's see. So I should probably open the thing I'm following, because someone has already done this. Slightly different. That is the feet, which I am not working on today. Squinting at the screen because I can't see it. Gloves. Yeah, okay, so the way they did it is not with these mannequin hands, but just to cut it open, put it in and squeeze it on there. But I'm afraid that because my fingers are so small, I'm just going to end up gluing the finger, like, shut. So, like, I'll continue this way, and then I'll clean up the edges and everything else later. Maybe adding a bit of foam clay or something, because I can leave it on here to dry. All right. I could technically do this without the foam, but I do want the foam for comfort. Because it's less annoying to have foam resting on your nails than it is to have a potentially scratchy edge of a 3D printed thing. There we go. Excuse. There. Because I'll need to do some painting on it anyway to remove this seam. I'm gonna have a sippy. And continue to gather courage to open these up a little bit. Yeah, and you have to allow yourself to make things, and you have to allow yourself to make bad things sometimes. Like, it took me so long to realize that not everything I make has to be profitable, has to be perfect, has to be usable. Sometimes it's about the process, allowing your brain to be creative and just make things. And granted, I'm still learning. It's still something that's in the back of my brain. Where I'm like, you know, this is for me. People are along for the ride and have a look at what I'm making, but this is for me, you know? Zippies. Hello! Hello, Karma Plant. How are you doing today? Welcome on in. Claw! Claw indeed. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Not going exactly according to plan. But that's why I improvise. Ah, yes, it is indeed ad time. So with this one here, I thought I could do it all in one go. But that was a bad idea. Now we're gonna do it bit by bit. There we go. Welcome back. Hey, 69k happy pills. Nice. Nice, nice. So yeah. I am slowly gluing on these claws onto the talons, onto the gloves. I tried to do it all in one go, but that was a bad idea. So now we're gonna do it bit by bit, and I try to release this side from the glue. But I'm not sure I can. Alright. I'll make it work. Oh, first we put it in. But yeah. I am making myself some claws. And I'm glad I started on the left side. Like I said, I want the right side to be good, because I'll be using that for pictures and holding props and the like. Also why some of this will be off camera, so I can hold it close to my face and actually see what I'm doing. And chances up the cosmetics are gonna get used for back scratches. Ooh. Well, you see the angle they're put at? That would... I mean, I could... If I held my fingers like this, I guess I could use them. But they're deliberately put at an angle. So I can still use... I can still use my hands, right? So the part that has your fingerprint is actually available. Yeah, it's going to look a bit odd. Look like a very intense manicure, but that's okay. It'll look cool regardless. quickly heat this part up a little bit. See if I can fix this error with some heat. That would be nice. Yeah, I guess I'll just add a little bit more foam clay or something around this one to fix it, because... Alright, I tried. That's okay. You could make it lore. George got hurt or something, you know? And that's why this nail looks a little wonky. That's why I like not to completely write a backstory for OC. One, because I don't have those kind of creative juices. Two, because sometimes things develop. Also, I'm not a writer, so there's that. Backstory, improv. Yeah. And need more hydration. So the most important thing right now is that they stick, that they stay in place, and then I can work on the details. And these tremors are gonna do me in. His D&D parties solved a time paradox versus party members who had died to have lived a different timeline. Ooh, that's cool. Oh, I just saw your message. Okay, hold on. Hell yeah. Nice. Needs to remove from the... Yeah, definitely. That looks good. Making things up that happened in that timeline was immensely fun. Ooh, that sounds great. Yeah. Hell yeah. But how would you know about that timeline though? How does that work? Or is that just, you know, for funsies? Whatever, we'll never know. So might as well make shit up because that's not the timeline you're in. Yeah, look at this. Hell yeah. I'm just pulling on all of them, making sure they're secure. Your character was one that had died, so from his character point of view, those that survived and saw the paradox just woke up one day screaming about things happening that didn't in this reality. Oh, that's cool. This one, this little bugger, is being troublesome. This one's secure. I think the rest of them are secure. It's just that one. Yeah. And once that all has cooldown, I'll put this one on, because no matter what happens, I'll have to do the same for this one just to make it even. And then clean up the glue residue and such, which I think I'll be using foam clay for, because that'll stick and is easy to mold. Not sure how much foam clay I have left. I should probably order some more. But yeah, solving a time paradox also sounds complex. So, is that the end of the campaign? Like, will you be starting a new campaign with new characters, or a new story with these characters, or is that all still up for debate? Let's see if all of this sticks, or if I have royally screwed myself over by adding a resin coating on these nails to remove the printer lines, and therefore made it not grippy.
That will be a problem.
There's still an epilogue this campaign after that, you're not sure. Ooh. Okay, final check. Okay. I'm going to be brave, and I'm going to take this off of the mannequin and try it on myself. And hope it looks as good. Oh, that's a lot of glue. So yeah, hand. Look, there's a there's some glue on it. Yeah, need a hand, chat. Might have to put a small owl sewn in or something so that I know this is the left one. I'll be plucking lots of hot glue residue off of these for a while. Yeah, like I said, the pinky's gonna look weird. If I do this instead. Instead of putting them on top of my nail, I'll put them the top of my finger. Anyone want some back scratches, chat? Anyone? Yeah, this will be cleaned up. Do I have something I can hold for dramatic effect? Let's see. Potion? Anyone? Yeah. Can I convince you that I am a Kenku or a Tengu if you're more into the Paizo lore? Like this, chat? Is that convincing? I think it works. Just trying to figure out how to hold these. There. Oh yeah. ASMR of Hell yeah. So yeah, if I clean up the seams. Oh, that seam, look at that. That seam is, oh, you can't see that. Hee I can. But that seam is starting to rip. So I will need to do something about that. And what better way to do this than what I usually do with tights and stockings is some nail polish. Usually clear nail polish, but in this case I can use black. Just to stop that seam from ripping any further. And I wait for it to dry. Yeah, I think this is pretty cool. I can make this work. Now I need to do the other. But for that I first need 4 more circles. Ugh. Why nail polish so stinky, chat? Why though? There we go, 5 poorly made foam circles again. turned my glue gun off just so it wouldn't leak the glue all over. Yeah, turning that back on. There we go. Okay. If it'll cooperate today. Hello, glue gun. Are you still with me? It's having a day. Right, here we go again. Cutting a small slit in the finger. Alright, yeah, that method definitely works better. Putting it in and gluing it in the back first. And the front, and then finish up the sides. So yes, squeezing that in through that small hole. There we go. Putting a bit of glue. And then pulling the fabric over. There we go. Hi, San. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. I am gluing in the claws. I already have these glued in. Oh yeah, I'm just adding a little bit of hot glue and I'm pulling the fabric over to stick it in place but I need to do that in small phases. The pinky's gonna look weird again, but that's just something I'll have to accept because, yeah, my pinky is tiny. Not much I can do. That's almost done. Ooh, I think I need to turn on my AC because it's humid. If it'll start. There we go. There we go. Okay. So yeah, that's the sound you might hear when I'm speaking. That's my AC. So I don't melt, chat. It's important not to melt. All right. One last check. Sweet. All right, let's see how this looks when I wear it. There we go. I put them both on, just for good measure. Also to see if I can wear this costume by myself or if I'm gonna need help. I'll probably need help putting this on. Okay, first putting the gloves on properly, and then fixing the nails. Yeah. Can we go? What do you think, chat? Would you buy potions for me? I would buy potions for me. That is uncanny but cool. Nice. That's what we're going for here. Yes. They're so long. Holy shit.
The claw.
Yeah. Some really good back scratches, I think. What? Hold on. I'm not sure it'll work with my filters, but we'll see. Oh, to get back scratches. Panda! Hi. Good to see you, friend. Welcome on in. Let's see. They do make tippy tappies. They do make tippy tappies. Hold on. Can I... Can I still use my... I can. I can still use my mouse. That is fantastic. Filters. Okay, I've turned noise suppression off. You might hear my AC. Let me move this here. Let me move this here. Is a faint tippy tappy coming through? Good. There you go. Tippies and tappies and back scratches. I'll turn my noise suppression back on. Yeah, I can still use my mouse. I'm not sure if I would be able to play games like this. But I did promise you a George stream once this cosplay is finished, so it's good to know I can still use my mouse, even though it's clumsily. But yeah. I accidentally touched a glue gun with the side, but that's okay. This needs to be painted anyway because of the seam. And then this side too. Yes. Excellent. Now then, chat. What I need to do is clean up these seams here. Probably adding a bit of foam clay just to blend it all in better. Can't stop making the tippy tappies now. Now you're done it, chat. Yeah, clean up the seams. and then paint these lines here. I need to keep this here because it's more difficult to reach for. It's more difficult to reach for my mouse with these on. But I can still have sippies. Ooh, hold on. See how cool this looks, okay? I'm not going to drink from it because it's dusty, but my drinking horn. Yeah, I'll definitely be wearing this on the belt. Look at this massive thing. I bought this on a medieval fair many moons ago at this point. I'd love to go to another. But yeah. Could be a price of a beast I slew, you know? Especially like the spiral that's carved in. Yeah, that's going on my belt for this costume. I also have some things that hold potions as well. I have this one and I have some other cute vials. Actually, I have a whole bunch of them that I set aside because they're small vials that I might make something for at some point in time, but I'm not down to accessorizing yet. I need to make the full outfit first, and I'm still figuring that out. I have decided that for the outfit, I do want to make something that I can use with other outfits as well. Like just make it generic fantasy, you know, instead of very specific for this character. Like the blouse or the tunic, it's probably going to be a longer tunic, will be for this character because I also need to add the fake fur on the upper arms and attach the wings to that, or at least I'm gonna do it with Velcro so that I can at least wash the garment. I have very thin costuming Velcro for that. I specifically got for this this project. But I would also love to make a little wool half cape that comes down to the hips roughly, and I found this gorgeous green wool that is like a little blend of darker and lighter moss green, with a bit of, you know, olive green, that type of shade in there. Absolutely gorgeous. And I can't shake the idea of wanting to wool felt details on it, like leaves on it and maybe little mushrooms around the trim, you know. But I'm not at that point yet. I want to get the basic thing done. So that's the gloves that are almost done, then the shoes that I'm still working on, but I have it here. I have been working on the hallux. Let's see, are these the same one? I need to look at the shape. These two go together, yeah. So I need to add some things to this and then make sure that this one is attached like so to the shoe. But yeah, I have, this one's almost done. You can see that these nails are bigger. On the foot, they're bigger than on my hand. So yeah. But I have the wings, I have the tail, and I have the mask, obviously. So once those basics are done, I will start to make the outfit and accessorize and stuff. But I have some things I can use. But yeah, I want a more generic wardrobe for cosplay and fantasy. And you know, on some days, I just want to be whimsical. And I just want to go out wearing a green wool cape that has leaves and mushrooms felted on it, you know? Like needle felting. Because I also have my big winter cloak with the fake fur trim on. So yeah, gotta be whimsical. So that is the plan. Because initially I wanted to give Georgia like his own outfit completely, but I wouldn't be wearing that. I would only be wearing that for this costume in very specific circumstances. And that's just too expensive to do. It's just not worth it. So yeah. I just have to decide on the color of the tunic. Probably something blue. Something, maybe even petrol colored, I'm not sure. I'm debating between, the range from like a petrol blue or green, depending on who you ask, to a royal purple or anything in between. Come to think of it, this tunic needs to be specific for this character because of the limitations with the arms, with the wings. And then I'm probably gonna get some cream colored linen fabric just to make a tunic or top just for myself to go with other cosplays. I think that's what I'll do eventually, you know. This is a project that will take a long time, and that's okay. So yeah, I'm gonna put this back so I don't lose it. Right. Foam clay. This one's going back too. Voyage, hi! Hello! Look. Are very uncanny today. It's not done yet, but I am happy with how these are turning out. How'd you like my manicure? I wanted to go for something dramatic, you know? Thank you for the biddies, Voyage. I hope you're doing well, friend. Bird claws, yeah. Don't worry, it's still me. But yeah, these I filed them down, but they're still pretty pointy. But yeah, they'll give good back scratches. And I need to wrestle them back on these. and figure out how to do it because these are these are slightly bigger. only slightly bigger than my hand. The claw! Yes! Toy Story. Nice. Ooh, the claw! Thanks for the biddies. There we go, that's one. Job update, former employer found an— ooh, nice! Found a new gig for you. And this will be your future employer. Not perfect, but it keeps you afloat and it gives you time to look for something better. Oh, that is good news, Voyage. Listen, it's just another stop on your journey, and that's okay. I'm happy you found something for now, and that probably gives you more time and more headspace, I can imagine, to look for something better. But it's something, and I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you, friend, because you deserve that calm, you know? You deserve that good headspace. And I'm sure you'll find a great job that appreciates you for who you are and what you do. Okay, well, I have some sippies. I have another look at what this other person does. Right, they do make a good point, and I've been thinking about it. Maybe adding some conductive thread to the fingers so that I can use my phone, my smartphone, while in costume. Obviously limiting that, but if needed, that I don't have to take off the whole glove and then put it back on again just to use my phone. So yeah, some conductive thread in the fingertips will be good. Hi, Zib! Come on in. I hope you're doing well. I get a close-up of the... Hold on. Quickly scooting over to my desk for a second to my PC. Phone audio control by cawing noises. Oh, good grief. Instead of okay gooblop. I'm not gonna actually say it to not accidentally activate any of your devices, but just, you know? I'm looking for more close-up of the gloves of this person's costume. At some point I want to get a bunch of feathers, black and gray feathers to stick into the mask. To give it a bit more volume, make it look a bit more bird-like, you know? I need to talk with a health expert. Made some plans to get faster back up again. Oh, that's good to hear. I'm glad that you have some plans and that you went to have it checked out. That's good. Could always cut a couple holes in the glove which the fingertips are. I would be scared that they rip. But yeah, then I could use my fingerprint. But I think I'll just get some conductive thread. I was more looking at how they cleaned up the nails, like the cuticle part. Do you want to spend less time behind the PC, repicking up things you did earlier again? Yeah. 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 So yeah, what they did is grab a strip, like this 2mm EVA film in the like matching color. I don't have a fully matching color because these are black and glossy, but I guess I could paint them. Make a mold of your fingertip, cast in a thin strip of silicone and stick it to the stick it to the fingertips. Yeah, but I'd still need the conduction though. I need the conduction with it. Cast in copper. Okay. Where am I going to get copper from? I know it is a good conductor. I don't doubt that. It's also quite expensive. That's why they have the green lighting at construction sites and like railroads and stuff. The heat veins on top of an ROC, and yes, this happened about 15 years ago. What's an ROC? Remind me. Okay, you also need a lemon, a zinc nail, a copper nail, and a few wires too. I am not trying to create a battery and or electrocute people while shaking their hands, Milky. That's yeah, I think instead of the foam, I'll use some foam clay to cover it up and then let it dry on the glove. I think that's the best thing. Just be a small electrocution as a treat. Regionaal opleidingscentrum? Oh. Just a little, there's a little electrocution as a treat. Electroplate them fingies. God damn it, Chad. Oh wait, why does a school need heat veins on top of the... Made of copper? There must be cheaper solutions. The surface won't overheat to be someone that's stolen the heat veins from the server room cooling. Oh. If you want to electrocute peeps, you just hook the glove up to your washing machine. Listen here, you little shit. We might rephrase that, give them energy. Want me to charge your phone? You know? Just wireless charging pad in the palm. Zap with a slap. We're making up slogans now. Oh my god. Bunch of goobers. Yeah, no. For those of you that missed it at the start of stream, on Wednesday, we had to stop using the washing machine because it felt like there was an electric current running through. And yesterday, my dad and I confirmed that indeed there is a current running through the drum of the washing machine. Not necessarily outside, but the drum. Like the, one of those current detectors that looks like a screwdriver that you have to hold the button down and then the light goes on if there's a current. Yeah, that was bright orange. I'll be looking for a mechanic later. In that case, you really make a tech priest cosplay suit. People will really get a spark from meeting you. Oh my god, I've seen the memes. People go feral for a femtech priest. Would if I could. Actually, let me give a quick shout out to another crafter who is not working on a tech priest cosplay. Let's see if she's live, but working on sororitas cosplay. This person. and has done a lot of 3D printing, and it looks really cool, including a backpack with oh, that needs a space. A backpack with like lights and display and everything. Just, yeah, go check out Tiffin. Tiffin is also working on a Furby cosplay. Yeah, Sisters of Battle. There's a clip for the test wear on the page. Like, I'm not gonna display it here, but if you want to go see it, go give it a look, because it's so cool. Truly. Right, so yeah, the foam is not going to work. That's too thick. That's not... that won't look nice. It won't cover up all the glue, and it just won't look nice. So instead, I'll be using tiny bits of foam clay. You've seen me use the foam clay before if you've watched me work on the feet. And this might still look weird, but not as weird, I suppose. Let's see. I can always take it off before it dries anyway. Yeah, it looks a little weird now, but I need to do some painting on these anyway, and this covers up the hot glue. So there's that. No, I'm just using tiny bits of the foam clay, not to make it too bulky. I just want to hide the glue. That's it. This one will need a little bit more because I made a little bit more whoopsies with the hot glue because this one's a little rascal that didn't wanna. There we go. There we go. It may look a little weird now, but it looks a lot neater than the glue on this side. So, win some, lose some, I guess. There we go, almost done. Yeah, that looks a lot better than the the glue. The gloop. Oops. Sorry, chat. Accidentally smacked my microphone there. I need a little bit more for this one. Teensy tiny bit. There we go. Now that needs to dry. I'm going to put this away. I only have a little bit left. Alright, chat. I will be right back. Because I don't think I ate enough today. I need a little snack, I need a little break. I'll run the ads early. So you won't miss anything. Take this time to get yourself some hydration, get yourself a snack. And maybe if you have some time to spare, check out Kieran's story here. Under the exclamation mark goal. I would really appreciate it. Alright. There we go. I'm running the ads now. I'll be right back. Hello, chat. I return. I hope you all had a good break. Ooh, I wanted to have a little snack, but the texture is wrong. It's not great, but oh well, I'll live. It's just someone who's sensitive to textures and such. That was not so nice surprise, but oh well. Okay, where am I going to put these so they can dry? Well, if I'm careful, they can stand upright, so I will put them on my desk for now. You need to restart your computer? Well, welcome back. Okay, Sen. I believe in you. Thank you for the lurk. Alright, let's make a little bit more space. This one can go back. This can go back. These are all in here. That can go back. I'm going to keep this. See if I can straighten out the foil a little bit because it's iridescent. Where'd I put them? Because I have these. I think it would be really cool if I stick one to either side and have, you know, hang these on earrings or something. Or somewhere else. I just have little iridescent fairy wings. I think that'd be really cool. I also have them in this rose gold color. A bit more difficult for you to see because it's so shiny, but yeah. I think the black would be better because of the contrast. But I'll see. That's a, you know, craft on the list of things I will probably do at some point in time, you know? But I'm keeping this. Get on the pile. Now I've been working on this. I've been using my shitty old soldering iron to try and work this out and melt these in here. But I do think it just needs some sanding. I do think it needs a bit more well, dusting. First of all. And then a bit more foam clay added on the top here and here at the bottom to fill in these parts. Same on this one, really. This one's less dusty for some reason. And then maybe have a look at what I need to do to make these match a bit more. I feel like I left too much space in between because I didn't leave enough space here, but before I add anything to this, I will sand this one, these, to see how that looks. It also doesn't help that this is completely black and this still has the gray in between, which makes the contrast more and makes it look worse than it probably is. But yeah, this one also needs this strip and that strip added still. As well as this one. So yeah, I think I'm gonna grab the foam clay again and just play around. No, I'm gonna sand first. Important. Do it in the right order. Yeah, no, adding a strip of foam clay is going to be too thick. That's why I didn't do that in the first place. Because I don't like the sharp edges. I want it to look organic. I have these tiny sanding rolls. Sanding drums, whatever you want to call them. So I could hold them at an angle and see if I can carve out that little bit more. I did use that same soldering iron to create these details on the bottom. Eventually there will be hot glue added. I'll probably get some black hot glue sticks to give them a bit more of a rubber sole. Bit more anti-slip. But yeah, I also need to sand this down a bit more. You can see it's already at an angle, but it needs more of an angle before it goes onto the shoe. So yeah, I think it's more sanding time. At least for the last hour of stream. Now, this thing works great, but not with the foam because it's really sticky and then it just obscures your vision. But I do want a bit more dust protection. Now what I did get thanks to some wonderful generous people, I still had a bit of credit on my throne wish list. And so I got one of these. Let me zoom out. One of these. This is a mini greenhouse, essentially. And I thought it would be smaller. You know, it is, yeah, it's like it is a miniature greenhouse, but holy shit, this is a bit bigger than I thought it would be. But it would make it for a great dust cover. But it's so big that it doesn't fit on screen. So that's like this is laying flat. This is not even standing upright. So I will use this, but just for me when I'm sanding, so it doesn't go everywhere. But for now, that doesn't work on stream, which is unfortunate. I had hoped it would, but it's not unusable. I'll just wear one of these. First need to remove this. All right. Yeah, I will be muted because of the vacuum that I'll be using. Yeah, so enjoy the music, enjoy the views, but I won't be chatting for just a little bit. You know the drill by now, I think.
This love thing can take time. 3 times, then I'm in. Maybe we can find a way to merge them. Maybe I can call you friend or lover. Maybe we can find a way to merge them.
Alright, there we go. Yeah, the drill, you know. This one. Yeah, that already looks a lot better. To me, at least. I'll grab the foam clay in a second, but first... it's time for this whole thing. Because I forgot the lines. Okay. Yeah, this one's slowly heating up. Wait, just to make the little creases. I didn't want to go too deep with these. To keep the structural integrity. So yeah, I'll do the same thing here. Just go through and then slightly in. Let's see if it's warm enough. I have the extractor on for the fumes and things. There we go. There, and then on the side to give it the illusion that it's deeper than it is. There we go. That settles that. I'll put this aside, but it needs to cool off. Right. That one goes there. I'm gonna grab the pot that I just put away because I need more foam clay. I looked at it where like the seam is here. This one needs to go a bit deeper on both of them. Oh, right. I had folded this in to take out as much air as possible, just to keep that little bit longer, because the other foam clay I had, granted it was old and I hadn't used it enough, but that had completely dried up. It's unfortunate. So I'm trying to keep this little bit for as long as I can, and I'd rather use it up than have it be dried. There, that's that one done. Hold on, I need to check a message real quick. Alright, now to do the same on the other one. Or roughly the same anyway. And the last little bit. Not just little bits here. Oh, probably need a little bit more for this one, but yeah. There we go. And little strips here at the top, like I've done with these. We should be good. There we go. There. Yeah, I think that's good for today, friends. I did a lot, and I'm very happy. I am happy with how the gloves are turning out. I am happy with how the feet are turning out. And I'm excited to finally assemble all of this. This needs to dry. "24 to 48 hours, so can't continue with that. Anyway. Oop. There we go. Alright, friends. Let's go and find someone to say hello to, shall we? While these claws reach out to you.
The claw.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, friends. I really appreciate you. Let's go see who is live. Ooh, there's a lot of people going. What are you up to? Yeah, you know what? Why not? I met this person at TwitchCon. We had a great time, and they're doing some art. They're actually raising money for cancer treatment and research at the moment, doing little drawings and commissions. So yeah, let's go ahead and say hi to Schmergle. Grab some raid text if you wanna, friends, and I'll be back tomorrow. Probably finishing some of what's it? Revenge of the Savage Planet. There we go. I can words. I appreciate you all, friends. Grab some raid text. Let's go say hi to Schmergle. I remember. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your spoons. And I'll see you all around and around with Twitch, alright? I love you all. Bye-bye.